Welcome, 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 ladies. Hello, hello. My name is Tina Dahmen. I'm an online course coach. And today I'm going to talk to you about the 4 pillars you need to build your business on if you want to build a passive income stream business. That could be an online course, that could be a membership site, or a digital coaching package. But before we get into this, let me just check if I am also live. And if you guys can hear me and if you guys can see me, please let me know in the comments below if this is going all right. There's someone is watching. Can you let me know if you can hear and see me? And say hi, don't be shy. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And we'll get this party started right away. I'm just going to check on my computer if I can see me all right. Hello, everyone. We've got some more people tuning in. I can't see your comments on the computer, but on my phone. I'm streaming from phone. Hi, Victoria. How is it going? Nice to have you here. I'm just going to find myself in the group on my computer, and I dive right into talking to you about the 4 essential pillars you need to build up your passive income stream business on, and the 10 steps you need to follow religiously in order to make this happen. Okay, so as you can see already from my description, there's too many. I think I'm here. Yes, I can see myself live. Great. And I hope I can check your comments. Leave me a comment below so I can see if I can see the comments on my phone or on my laptop. Please, ladies, that would be awesome and very helpful. Say hi, don't be shy, let me know. And also let me know where you're at in your online course creation journey. So this session today is focused on online courses. I'll be breaking down the exact steps you need to follow in order to build from A to Z, to build an online course, a passive online course business. But this is applicable and you can use this formula with membership sites and any other kind of like digital product you're looking to establish. So let's get this party started. All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. So whoever is just tuning in, my name is Tina Dahmen. I'm an online course coach and the founder of the onlinecoursetalks.com, which is an online summit for online course creators, which will kick off in about 4 weeks. You can go and check it out. And without further ado, let's dive right in. I'll drop the links in the comments below. And without further ado, let's dive right into this session. Onlinecoursetalks.com. I will be talking about this a little bit more at the end as well. Okay, so today, when you are building your online course business, you do want to think about 4 pillars. You do want to follow 4 pillars, which is built up on the hero method. So we have I teach my students to build a business on the hero method. So HERO. Always keep that in mind. You are building a hero business if you want so. So we start with the first pillar, which is the H. Think about your product because that's where it all starts. You gotta have a helpful product in place. Your offer needs to be helpful. The entire transformation which you're offering to your students needs to be helpful. It needs to help them to go from helpless to hero because they are somewhere stuck in their journey and you are supposed to pick them up from where they're stuck and bring them to where they want to be. It's the A to B journey. I call it the Australia to Bali journey. Imagine it like this. If you are booking a plane ticket and you're going from Australia to Bali, you're booking this plane ticket because you want to land in Bali, right? You don't want to land somewhere else in Indonesia. And that's your transformation. To have a holiday in Bali, or to land on the island of Bali, not to end up in Germany, not to end up in Australia or anywhere else, right? So there is a clear market proposition in place from the airline here. That's the product. That's what you're going to get out of it. It's very simple. And most course creators always try to provide too many transformations and squeeze everything into the online course, where it's just about that one big thing, that one big promise you should be promising with your online course. And online courses can vary depending on the transformation, the duration of your online course can vary between a few days to a few weeks. Some even maybe up to a few months. So it really depends how much time it would take a person to get from that stage where they're feeling helpless to where they need to go in order to be the hero of their own journey, right? So you want to think about that hero concept from this guy who wrote the book about the branding, Donald Miller, I think, The Hero's Journey. Check it out if you don't know about it. It will help you with all your marketing. So referring back to the first pillar, the H from the hero method, going from helpless to hero, you always, no matter what you do, you always want to focus on your customer and you want to get them from helpless to hero. I cannot stress this enough because that is one of the most important things most course creators miss out on, because I don't know why, but I see so many products, and not just course creators, there's so many other coaches and membership sites. They don't really have a clear journey. They don't really provide a solution to a real problem. So how big of a problem are you trying to solve, right? You want to build a scalable online course business, and it's only scalable and can only be profitable in the long term if you really solve a bigger pain point. It can be a nice to have, right? But if you choose to solve a problem, which is you must solve this problem, you will have no issues later on with your marketing and sales, because if people really need to solve this problem urgently, if it's like such a big pain point in their life that they really don't want to live with it anymore, like the pain needs to be bigger than, like it's unbearable to live with that without your solution, right? If that makes any sense. So let me just grab my laptop because I have a few notes for you guys here. So there's so many different smaller things which fall under each pillar: hero, helpful, efficient, recurring, and ongoing. And I will touch on a few only today because we only have 30 minutes time, okay? So for whoever is tuning in right now, let me know you're tuning in, and drop a comment in the links, drop a comment in the comment section below. Let me know you are there. All right. So first pillar we want to consider, we want to bring our students from helpless to be a hero. Our offer needs to be on point. We want to have an irresistible offer in place. So many things fall under it. Think about it. What is the one thing, right? Always refer back to the transformation. What is the one thing people would get out of it? For example, my course is called From Idea to Course. There is a million things which I'm going to teach people in that course, but in my market proposition is everywhere else. I'm not talking about, oh yes, learn how to market on Facebook, learn how to market on Instagram, learn how to write copy, all of these things. The one main transformation people get out of this course is ending up with a profitable, finished and sold online course. Like, that's the transformation. They come in with an idea and they go out with a course which is already sold, right? So don't confuse that with all the things they're going to learn inside of that. So let's move on to pillar number 2, which stands for efficient. You need to have your business set up in a way that it runs efficiently. So we go from exhausted to efficient. You do want to work on your business. You don't want to work in your business, if that makes any sense. Let me know if that makes sense in the comments below. It's too many times, especially when you're just starting out, you're trying to do everything yourself, right? Which is, you can't get around it once you start, but you need to start from the beginning, right from the get-go. Start setting up systems and SOPs for your businesses and for your little things you're doing every single day. May this be your social media, how you structure your content, when do you schedule it. Write down an SOP, and an SOP is like a standard operational procedure document. That means if you go to hospital, that means if you are out of your business, anyone else who doesn't have a clue about your business should be able to jump in, open that Word document and follow your guidance step by step and understand what you need to do today in your business in order to keep it going. This is the only way how you can build an efficient business, and that applies to any business. And we are today talking about online course business, yes, but it applies obviously to any business. You want to move yourself out of the exhaustion stage and go into the efficient stage, and do it right from the get-go. Like, get into that habit and document your things, and then start outsourcing once you get to that point. And usually the first outsourcing is at a VA who can help you with the day-to-day tasks, who can help you with under $10 tasks, basically, right? I have a sheet where I track my tasks, divided into money. So, and I go back to it. Not every day, I should really be doing it every day, but a few times a week, and I note down, I just track what I've been doing today and how much worth of a task this is. And then I go back. Some are $0 tasks, some are $10 tasks, some are $1,000 tasks, some are $10,000 tasks, not resulting in that immediately, but for the long term. You always want to think long term, right? And then look at the column where you wrote down $10 tasks. This is something you should not be doing. This is something your VA should be doing, right? Anything, you always constantly want to remove yourself from your business more and more and more so you can actually grow it and you can outsource. Hi, Yasmin. Thank you so much for tuning in. Where are you tuning in from? Let me know if that makes sense in the comments, and if you get any questions, I would be so happy to answer them. So that's the second pillar. The efficiency pillar. We want to move from exhaustion to efficiency, and that is only through systems. We also want to have our funnels in place after you've launched your first course and you've got your beta round done and you know what you're doing. You don't really know what you're doing at first few launches because you're still testing the waters. You're still learning your customers' pain points, which is a never-ending learning journey, by the way. I've been doing this for a while now, and I'm still learning all the time. And even if you do it for 20 years, you still learn because people evolve, and you get different people into the door with different pain points as well. So always be learning about your pain points and always adjust your funnels as well. Funnels falls under efficiency as well as under systems. You just want to have, hi Michelle, nice to have you here. You just want to make sure your business is in a way set up that you can feel that you remove yourself from the business, that you go from exhausted to efficient. That is the whole point. All that doesn't happen overnight, of course, and it takes some time, of course, and that's okay. So don't expect yourself to have everything ready first time round. And your course will be set up in an evergreen way. So that's the goal when it comes to online course creation. The end goal is to have it set up in an evergreen and automated way that money comes in on autopilot, which leads us to pillar number 3, which goes from random to recurring. How often is money coming in? Not just through launching once or twice whenever you launch. You do want to have recurring money coming in, so you need to have a sales plan in place, a launch plan in place. You need to know exactly when you do what. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to stick to it 100% at all times. Of course, things change and seasons change and things happen in your business that you can't stick 100% to your launch plan all the time. However, you must have a plan. You must have something to stick to plan around it. You must know. You can't do random anymore. You must focus on having that recurring money coming in. And that is something you can do through, you must plan it, your sales, your launches. And in addition to the launches, you can have evergreen webinars set up. So that money comes in even though when you don't launch, for example, right? You want to move from that random stage. Sometimes you have 5K coming in a month, sometimes 10, and in another month, maybe nothing, or maybe like $500. And you want to try and move away from these up and down income streams. You want to have it recurring and stable. You want to build up on a stable income stream, which is inevitable. Like, you must have it if you want to have passive money coming in, because that's the systems. The whole passive income is built on systems, right? Otherwise it wouldn't be passive. And I'm saying, let me just explain what I mean by passive exactly. So yes, you can go to bed and sleep and make money while you sleep. That's still a thing, of course. However, you still need to do things on your business. You still need to create content in order to keep that passive money machine going. You still need to do stuff. It's not that you never need to do anything ever again. It's more so about you create your product once. That's the amazing thing about online courses. You create your product once and you can sell it over and over and over and over again, right? It doesn't mean that you should always be refining your content, your course content. You should always be making it better, listening to your students and implementing whatever they complain about, whatever questions they have, make the content more understandable, use different analogies, and make it really so that they have the least amount of questions possible, because that is the best thing in the world if you can achieve that. Hi, Gail, how's it going? Where are you tuning in from? Let me know if you've got any questions. By the way, guys, there's a few people watching and I would love to answer all your questions. I will go back to this at the end and check out your questions. Just refreshing if I can see your comments. So yeah, for everyone who's tuning in right now, we are talking about the 4 pillars of a passive income stream, focusing on online courses, which is built on the HERO method, which stands for HERO. We're going from helpless to hero. We're going from the first pillar from helpless to hero, the second pillar from exhausted to efficient, and we're talking right now about the third pillar. We are talking about going from random to recurring revenue, right? So to recap that, have a sales plan in place, have a launch plan in place, and really know what you're doing, and also have evergreen systems set up, such as webinars where you can drive traffic ongoing, which is the next point, ongoing to, as well as launches. So you do want to have both, because if something happens and you can't do a launch, that doesn't mean that you don't make money anymore. You still would make money through that evergreen webinar, for example, which leads us then to the last point, which is O, which stands for from one-off to ongoing traffic. You need to make sure that you keep driving traffic ongoing to that core piece of content. Let's say, and choose the one traffic strategy which brings you the most joy, of course. Yeah, don't start many different traffic strategies at the same time, because that never works out. So think about, do you like writing? Maybe start a blog. Do you like making videos? Maybe go and create a YouTube channel, right? Do you like chatting to people, interviewing people, discussing stuff? Maybe a podcast would be a great thing for you to do. But focus on the one strategy which brings you the most joy first, before you jump on to the others. Because you got to learn the things, and there are so many moving parts involved as that as well. And you want to have, again, one stable traffic source built up before moving on to anything else. And you have that one core piece of content, which could be your webinar, maybe a 5-day challenge you made evergreen when you launched first or second time, or whenever you launch. You can always make your 5-day challenge evergreen and drive traffic toward that as well. So you can split test and move around, check which is the higher converting. Usually webinars are the highest converting. However, 5-day challenges bring more serious customers, because they have already done a few things with homework with you, and they've been watching you for 5 days in a row, typically when it's a 5-day challenge, and so on. So 5-day challenge attendees are more serious people, and you will more likely get results from them. They will more likely do stuff, versus webinar is higher converting. Yes, you will get more people converting. However, not so many people will get results, because they're less serious, because they only spend 90 minutes typically watching your stuff, right? And then you still got to get them to watch your course and do the homework and get results. Like, that's like the most difficult part. So it's at some point you don't have so much control over that anymore, that your students really do the homework, but you must do everything what you can from your side in order to make it as easy for them as possible. So think about what else can you implement into your course apart from just the video content. If it's a video course, 97% of the courses out there are in the video courses, because that's the most people in the world are visual learners, and they learn through video, right? So think about what else can you implement into your course, what helps them to get from that stage where they're at to where they want to be, from helpless to hero. Maybe it's live coaching sessions every week, an hour, meeting you, group coaching sessions, where everyone can ask questions and be supported that way. Maybe you can add a forum where students can talk to each other and learn from each other as well. Or maybe you can provide some templates or email pre-written copy, something what really takes a lot of time for them to create themselves. If you can create it and then offer it for everyone in that course, and it helps them to save hours and hours and hours, they are more likely to get through that transformation. They are more likely to finish your course. So it's up on you. You always need to think about, how can I make my course more valuable? How can I make it easier for them to understand and to fulfill the task and to get through the course? That's another entire talk for another day. But there's so many moving parts in it. So always add value and always work on that first pillar. So once you have your product set up, it doesn't mean you can forget about the first pillar, the H part, from helpless to hero, because next time they have a new problem, you constantly need, next time they already moved to that stage. Hi, Elizabeth, how are you? They have a new problem, and you continuously need to help solving their problems, no matter where they're at. Right? It's not that they are like forever, their problems are solved forever. Once a customer moves to the next journey, higher up level, they have new problems. Once they move to a higher income bracket, they have to deal with new things, and they are dealing with new problems. And then there you are. You must step in and you must provide solutions for them in order to solve their problems again. So it doesn't mean that if you do it once, if you focus on building the pillar once, that you then forget about it. So you constantly need to add value, and you constantly need to help them get through it, right? So drifting off a little bit here, we're talking about the last pillar, which is the O in the hero method, which goes from one-off to ongoing. So you do want to have the long-term marketing strategy in place, because without traffic, nobody's going to watch your webinar. This can be a mix from organic and paid. I always recommend that for both. Hi, Marissa, how's it going? Thank you so much for tuning in. It can be a mix of both. It can be, it should be even like you should have paid ads running, no matter if you're on YouTube or on Facebook. YouTube is typically very, very good for webinar. It's high converting because the leads on YouTube are much better than the leads you're grabbing on Facebook for webinars. Why? Because people who are hanging out on YouTube, they are in the mindset and they're thinking that, they are prepared to spend to watch something on YouTube right now. So you go on YouTube, you search something and you want to watch something, right? Versus people who are on Facebook, they're just there to check something because they're quickly bored and they want to know what's going on. Maybe they don't have 90 minutes right now to watch your webinar. So if you're doing paid ads, YouTube is the way to go. Of course, you need to know how to create a high converting ad and all of these things, which is again another topic for another day. But just to give you an idea of the all from one-off to ongoing. So you cannot just post a few times on social media and hope for the best, because that's, again, not efficient, right? You need to do it all the time. So how can you do that? Well, you schedule it. You schedule one day in the month or in the week where you block out a few hours to really create content around that core piece of content you are driving traffic to. If your webinar is about online courses, how to sell online courses, which my topic is, then you create content around like this, how people can build an efficient online course business, a profitable and scalable one. And you'll be so surprised. You'll see in my description somewhere here, 97% of course creators actually fail, which is so sad because they miss out on these steps. And you cannot miss out on any of these steps. If you miss out on one of these steps, you're not building a passive income stream. You're not building an evergreen money-making machine, right? And of course, everyone wants to make money while they sleep. Everyone wants to work less hours, and everyone wants to serve more people and all of that stuff. But you can't expect this if you don't follow these steps, right? And you can a time frame maybe to really have it going 100% for you, plus having built up some sort of like ongoing traffic strategy can roughly calculate in an entire year. So this doesn't happen overnight. This is not a quick money making thing, which is not the promise at all. But this video was just here to give you an overview on what you really need to do, to give you the 4 pillars and then divide it into the 10 steps, right? Let me just quickly walk you through the 10 steps. There's not so much time left, but I will quickly mention those. So, there's really not a lot of time left. So each of those 4 pillars has steps in the help, specifically tailored towards online courses. So in the helpful part, going from helpless to hero, when you're creating your idea, you just really need to validate it. And I'm going to rush through this because time is running out. You got to validate your idea. You got to put surveys out. You got to speak to people. You got to ring people and really find out if this is really something people would pay you for, right? Because most course creators just dive right into and they never speak to someone. And they just lock themselves up in a room and record videos and actually never validate the idea. They never do the proper market research and find out if actually someone would vote with their credit card. And the ultimate validation comes later when you start marketing and selling it. Hi, Megan. Thank you so much for watching. And you always sell your course before you create it. Like, never do anything else. Like, for the sake of, please don't ever create an online course without having sold it before, because again, you need to make sure that people actually would want to buy it. And then you start selling it via webinar, via free challenges, masterclasses, and so on. And only then, once someone actually bought it, then you start creating the course and you go as you go along. Hey, Aggie, how are you? So idea, validate, survey, run free challenges, run a masterclass, webinars, then you create the course and then you run your beta round. So that is 6 steps already. I got to rush through this because of time. And after that, so that takes maybe like a few months, right? Just to give you time frame on what you can expect if you get into this. And trust me, guys, the rewards are so worth it. You got to put down your ad and you got to put in the work for a few months, maybe a year, depending on how much time you can spend on this, how busy you are in your business in general and things like that. But if you put down your head for a year, you will see your life and your business change, and you have so much more freedom and financial stability and all of these things if you do the work. So 0.1 to 6 out of 10 is, you grab the idea, you validate it, you survey it, you call the people, you run the free masterclasses and challenges to sell it. Then you create it, and then you run your master round, beta round while you create it simultaneously, kind of. After that, the next 2 months, you focus on refining the content. You focus on repeating challenges, launching challenges. You focus on launching webinars and making your perfecting your webinar, if you will. So you cannot set it on automation unless you've done it like a dozen times, right? Because every time you run a webinar or a challenge, you will always learn so many more things. You will always learn about new objections your customers have, which you need to implement into the strategy and structure of your webinar and challenge, which is again a topic for another day. That is so much to teach, how to run an effective challenge and webinar. And yeah, then after you know what you're doing, you put it on evergreen and automation mode, and you think about you. And then after all of this is done, you only focus on driving traffic. That's basically it. And many people who jump into course creation don't really know that is actually marketing is the biggest part of it, and that driving traffic and creating content and being actually a marketer, learning how to properly market is the biggest part of it. So, and I love it. It's amazing. And all my students who come out of my programs like it because they learn so much about marketing in general. So I hope you also learned a few things today. Let me know in the comments below if that was helpful. And so I would like to invite you, if you want to learn more, we run a free online summit, which is called Online Course Talks, which is all about helping people to create, market, sell, and also scale. So we have 3 different phases. It's a 7-day event. It's free. You can click the link in the comments somewhere, onlinecoursetalks.com. You can get your free ticket and join me and 35 other expert speakers there, who are all teaching you about this. They're not holding back any information. So if you attend this event, you will definitely get so much out of it. And no matter where you're at in the journey, right? If you're just starting out, come all of the 7 days and learn about all the creation as well. If you're selling and if you're interested in selling and marketing, or if you already have a course and you don't sell or market, also come to the creation stage, because there's something you did wrong. That's why you don't sell. And then you learn how to sell and market as well. So it's phase number 2. We have a few days dedicated for that. And then we have the scale stages, the scale phase as well, where people talk about how to scale your online course business. And we have the best marketers in the industry invited. The sessions are already recorded. We're just finishing up a few last touches, and it's an amazing event, and you get so much out of it. And yeah, check out the All Access Pass as well. If you can't make it to all the session, there's replays available, where there's like people watching from all sorts of different time zones. So we will make this available for everyone. And that's it. I look forward to seeing you on Online Course Talks and talking more online courses and how to make it all work for yourself. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and I will see you probably in a few days when I come on with something else. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.